Hey guys, welcome back to another What Sold video today. So this is part of a series I started on this channel where I am going back through some of my past reels and short form content, some of my haul videos as well, and showing you guys what items from those hauls have sold, how much they've sold for, where they sold, and how much profit I made on those hauls. So haul videos are great. I love filming them. I love watching them as well, but I think What Sold videos are even better because you actually get to see what items are making money, what items are moving, what items are selling, and making us resellers money. I just realized I forgot to introduce myself. So for anyone new, my name is Kayla, also known as Thrifty Mom of Two here on this YouTube channel. I'm a full-time reseller. You can probably tell behind me, my office is a disaster right now. I just have a lot of inventory that I am working through, processing, getting put away in my garage. This is not where I store my inventory. This is just my office where I take my pictures, but I just have a lot right now. So this is realistic life, what it looks like behind me. I have stuff I'm weighing to get it cross-listed. I have stuff that needs to go and get put out in my garage. And yeah, that's just what it looks like when you're constantly bringing in lots of items to sell. You have piles of stuff, you have to move it through your systems and then get it put away. But if you enjoy reseller related content, make sure you guys subscribe down below. I'd love to have you guys follow me here on YouTube. I'm also Thrifty Mom of Two across all of my social media platforms. I recently started a TikTok and a Facebook account, and then I've been on Instagram for a while. I'll have all of those linked down below. Okay, so before we jump right into the video, I want to give you guys the riddle for today. So this is a Bolo brand riddle. This riddle is going to describe a brand that I consider to be a Bolo, which stands for be on the lookout. I'm going to give you guys some clues, and then I want you guys to pause the video, go down in the comments below, and guess what Bolo brand that I am talking about. Make sure you do that right away because at the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys the answer, but make sure you guys guess before you see the answer so you're not cheating. Okay guys, so here is the riddle. I was designed to make your life easier. I'm easy to slip on when you're on the go. I'm here to revolutionize the shoe industry. I'm made with hands-free technology to keep you on the move. What Bolo brand am I talking about? All right, so we are going to be reviewing one video. This is just going to be a quick one today. We're going to be going over one of my reels that I posted on Instagram. It was a thrifted shoe haul video. I'll play it for you guys really quick. It's only 1 minute long. But before we get started, I have an update for you guys from the past What Sold video. If you happen to catch that one, there was a pair of shoes in the first reel. It was the only item from that reel that had not sold yet. It was a pair of Free People booties, little cutout booties, and I had those listed at $95. At the time of filming that video, they had not sold yet, but since then they have sold. So those ended up selling for $75, and after all fees, I was left with a $51 profit on those. They sold over on Poshmark. So yeah, great profit, $51. Really happy about that. So I just wanted to give you guys that little update, and then we'll go ahead and get into this haul video. So real quickly, I'm just gonna play it for you guys. I'll do a little commentary over. This was just some shoes I brought home. I put them all on this rack. That's my shoe cleaning rack, so I know what shoes need to be cleaned. You can see I got lots of really good ones. I think there was 9 shoes total in this haul, and I paid anywhere from about $15 to, I think the max I paid, or my average buy cost was $23, so between $15 to $23 for these shoes. And I did round all of these numbers to the nearest dollar amount just for easy math sake in this video, so just keep that in mind. There might be a little bit of change involved, but I just rounded them just to make it easier. But yeah, so that was the entire haul. I'm gonna go ahead and go back through and we'll talk about each pair here. So again, there was 9 items in this haul. 7 out of the 9 pairs of shoes have already sold. I still have 2 that are still currently listed. This first pair, you guys can see, this is a pair of On Cloud sneakers, amazing brand. Definitely keep an eye out for these. They usually sell super fast, and this is a great model. This is probably one of my favorite, actually this is probably my favorite model to find, is the On Cloud Monsters. For some reason, I just think this is a very highly desirable style, and they sell super fast, and this pair was no exception. These ones did sell for $80 over on Poshmark, and I had an average buy cost on this pair of $23, making my profit after all fees, so taking out any shipping discount I may have offered and then any site fees I had to pay. So subtracting all fees, my profit on this pair was $41, which is great. Super happy with that. Okay, let's move on to the next pair. So we have this pair of Vans. This is a great model. I wanted to mention this model in particular. These are the Skate High Comfy Cush. So you'll notice on the insole, they say Comfy Cush. It's just a different technology they use. That the shoes are actually a lot more lightweight than your typical Skate High Vans. You'll notice when you pick them up, they feel extremely light, and I think a lot of people like that. And this is a model that I definitely will pick up if I can find them in really good condition, in a really good size, and especially if they're in a really cool colorway or pattern, like these ones were that really cool, like kind of bleach tie-dye look. And they sold pretty quickly over on eBay. Actually, they sold for $50. My average buy cost was $20 for this pair. That may not have been the exact amount I paid. I think I actually only paid about $12 for this pair, but a lot of times when I go out thrifting, I average my buy cost out for the day or sometimes for just one haul, meaning that I take the total amount I spent on all the shoes I bought, divide it by the total amount of pairs, and it gives me the average buy cost. And that's how I like to record it in my bookkeeping. So just keep that in mind. This is just my average buy cost from whatever haul I picked this pair of shoes up in. So I paid $20 for this pair, and that left me with a $23 profit, which again is great. I know I've mentioned before, I like to make at least a $20 plus profit per pair of shoes that I'm picking up. That is the goal. At least $20 or more. Obviously, it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes we make bad buys, or I end up picking up something that might have a flaw or something. But in general, that's what I'm shooting for when I'm outsourcing. And I did recently pick up another pair of Vans Skate High Comfy Cush in another really cool pattern. I'll just give this to you guys as a little bonus on the screen. This pair sold very quickly in less than 24 hours. So I listed it right before I went to bed, and by the next morning I had an offer and they sold. And this again, Vans Skate High Comfy Cush, cool pattern, good size, sold very quickly. So, you know, not all Vans are worth picking up, but there are definitely some that are really good sellers that you want to keep an eye out for. And I would say that's one of them. Okay, let's move on to the next pair. We have this pair of Hokas. This is a great model. These are the Clifton 8s. And I believe the newest model of the Hokas currently is the Clifton 9s. So this is not a super old model. This is still very, very current, and they still sell very, very, very well. So I will always grab them if I find them, you know, in good condition. And this gray pair, they did sell, let's see, they sold over on Mercari for $75, free shipping. I usually offer free shipping on a lot of my items on Mercari. My average buy cost for this pair was $20, and then after all fees, my profit was $31.65, which again, great. And then we'll move on. I have another pair here. So this is another pair of Hokas. These are also the Clifton 8s in a really cool colorway. And these ones actually sold very fast as well. They sold over on eBay, and they sold for $56. My average buy cost was $20. After all fees, I was left with a $28 profit on this pair. And then you'll see this pair of Ultras. I love picking up Ultras. A lot of them sell super fast for me. Sometimes they sit for a little while. This is one of those brands that could go either way. Even if you pick them up in a cool colorway, even if they're a good size, it's very strange to me because sometimes they literally sell like the next day or same day I list them, and then other times I sit on them for a couple months. I'm not sure why. This pair in particular, the model is called the Paradigm 6, which is actually a really good model. The Paradigm 7 is the newest model, but that means, you know, the Paradigm 6 is still very current, and they have not sold yet. So these ones are still listed. I think I have them listed for $75, which might be a little high. I might drop that down to $65 or send out a few offers and stuff on them. I have sold this exact model before though, and I usually sell them around, I would say roughly around the $55 price range. on average, and you know, listing them at $75 is not, in my opinion, not terrible, just because that gives me room to send out offers and to also accept offers. So not sure why these haven't sold yet, but I know they will eventually. I absolutely would still pick these up if I found them today. Okay, and then moving on, there's another pair of Ultras. This pair is called the Ultra Duo Zero Drops, and these actually already sold. They sold for $46 on Poshmark. My average buy cost for this pair was $15, making my profit $22. So again, I don't know what it is about this brand, but I cannot leave them behind because they do sell. They're usually a good profit. If you look for current models in good sizes, good colorways, good condition, for me, it's not something I'm leaving behind. I definitely love selling this brand. Okay, and then this pair, really exciting. You guys may or may not know how much I love selling collaborations. If you follow me on Instagram and if you've watched my channel for a while, you guys know I love selling collaborations. But this was actually my highest selling pair from this haul, believe it or not. These are Hello Kitty Converse, which is a major bolo, you guys. Definitely keep an eye out for Hello Kitty Converse. This pair, they sold very quickly. I think I cross-listed them to Mercari. They sold over on Mercari, and I want to say I had an offer on them within 24 to 48 hours. Or no, I think actually they sold for full price. Yeah, this pair did sell for full price because I listed these at $95 and they ended up selling for $95 free shipping very quickly over on Mercari, which was super exciting. I have sold some of the Converse Hello Kitty, like the 1-star ones. Those ones will sell for over 100. I think I've sold those around like 125 before. So definitely keep an eye out for those. And my average buy cost for this pair was $20, but after all fees, I was left with a $49 profit. So also my highest profiting item as well, which is great. Okay, and then let's move on to the next item. We have these Brooks. Brooks is another brand you guys know I love selling, especially the trail shoes. These are the Cascadia 16s, I believe. And we're currently on the Brooks Cascadia 17 trail running shoes is the newest model. So still very current. Again, I look for models that were released within the last 2 to 3 years. Those typically sell at a higher price point. Sometimes I still will pick up older models if there's still enough room for profit. I'll look at comps and kind of decide, but the Cascadia 16 definitely still a current model and one that I love picking up. And these ones sold for $75 on eBay. My average cost of goods was $23, and then after all fees, I was left with a $43 profit. So great, I absolutely am happy with that. And then I think there's one more pair of shoes in here. These ones are also Brooks. These are the Bedlam, what are they? The Bedlam 3s, which actually is the most current model of the Brooks Bedlams, the Bedlam 3s. But for some reason, this model just doesn't sell. It does sell, and I will still pick it up if I can get it at the right price point, but they just don't sell as much as some of the other, or sell as well as some of the other Brooks models. I would say some of my best selling models are like a lot of the trail running Brooks, but also the Brooks Ghost and the Brooks Adrenaline GTS. The Ghost and the Adrenaline GTS for some reason just fly out of my closet. I love picking up those models. I have, however, sold the Brooks Bedlam 3s before. I think the last pair I sold for $50. They were the same exact shoe, just in black. These ones are like a light gray. But this pair has not sold yet. I have them listed for $55, which I think is very fair. If you Google them and you get online, they actually retail for $150. So these I checked right before filming this video. They're still $150 at Dick's Sporting Goods right now. They're not on sale. So $55, in my opinion, is a very fair price. Just must not be as desirable as some of the other brands, but I have no doubt that these will eventually sell. Okay, so that is it for that shoe haul, the 9 pairs. Like I said, I sold 7 out of the 9 already. My total gross sales for the 7 pairs that sold was $477. Now, of course, that's not what went back into my pocket. I did have to pay myself back the $141, which was my buy cost for all 7 pairs that sold. I spent $141 on 7 pairs. So I did obviously have to pay myself back for that. And then if you take out all of the site fees or any shipping discounts I had to pay, I was left with $238, just pure profit on those 7 pairs, which is great in my opinion, because if you look at it, if you divide that $238 by 7, you're left with $34, which means I made on average from that haul or from that video, $34 profit per pair of shoes, which again, I mentioned my goal was $20 or more profit per shoe. So we definitely like way overshot that. And that's just because these are all really good models, really good brands that sell well for me. So they're definitely ones you guys want to keep a lookout for. But yeah, that is it. That was a really good haul. All right, guys, so I'm jumping into this video with a quick interruption just to give you guys the answer to the bolo riddle that I gave you at the beginning of the video. So the answer to that riddle, I'm going to do a little drum roll right here. The answer to the riddle was CHECKCHECK. So if you guessed CHECKCHECK, you got it correct. It's definitely a really good brand that personally for me, whenever I find it, I get super excited because it sells very quickly and it seems like I always get a ton of attention on them when I list them. I recently just sold a pair yesterday on eBay. The buyer has not paid yet, so they're not officially, I guess, should I do quotations? They're not officially sold. Because the buyer hasn't paid, but this buyer does have a ton of positive feedback as a buyer. So I have good, like high hopes that this buyer is going to pay. And I think they sold for $67. I'm not sure. I'll pop it on the screen. I want to say it was around $67, but usually this brand I can get anywhere in the $50 to $70 price range. That's about average of what I sell these shoes for. CHECKCHECK, I was on their website recently. They do a lot of like casual sneakers and shoes. They recently released some Chelsea style boots, and all of their shoes are built with a technology that they're claiming is revolutionizing the shoe industry because it is hands-free technology where you can just slip your foot into the shoe and you don't have to bend down. You don't have to use your hands, obviously, to get your shoes on, which is great, especially for anybody with maybe disabilities that make it hard for them to put their shoes on and off, or, if you have back pain or issues, that when you bend down, from bending down a lot, you don't have to bend down in order to put shoes on. So it's great for that reason. And I did see that Nike, I don't know if this was recent, but I did see that Nike also signed some type of contract with CHECKCHECK and their technology to do some type of hands-free, utilize the hands-free technology in some of their shoes as well. So I saw something about that. I didn't read too much in depth, but yeah, so I thought that was really cool. Definitely a good brand to be on the lookout for if you didn't already know about it. And let's go ahead and jump back into the rest of the video. All right, guys, so that is it. That is it for this video. Definitely a really good haul. I'm extremely happy with the profit I've made on this haul so far. I have no doubt that those other two shoes that haven't sold yet will eventually sell and I'll make a decent profit on them. All 9 pairs in this haul, I would absolutely still pick up to this day. If I went out thrifting today and I found all of these shoes, I would still pick them up. I wouldn't leave any of them behind because they all are really good brands, really good models that have proven to have sold for me multiple times in the past and that I've made decent profits on. So yeah, really excited, happy to share those with you guys as well. If you do enjoy this type of content, please like this video, leave a comment down below, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All of those things really help me out here with the algorithm on YouTube. And, I just appreciate you guys so much for being here. And I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're making tons of sales. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.